Hi, I'm Daniel del Orfano. I'm from Long Island, New York. People always ask me what style do I consider my work. The easiest way to put it is romantic realism. My paintings really try to capture particular memories of mine. I try to capture a snapshot of my memories, not so much as they actually happen, but really how I remember them happening. I tried to capture that feeling of a time when I remember just really exploring through an urban setting. Again, I'm painting from memory, and a lot of the paintings are romantic, just by nature. I try to capture that romance, and it's easy for a couple to see themselves in that setting. They can relate to it. There's multiple sketches, mainly to set up the proper composition. Once I go to start working on the canvas, the best way to describe it is a controlled mess. The first stage is really slopping the paint on, just so I get a feel for the overall composition, because no matter how much you work on a sketch, once it gets blown up and once you start adding more color, the composition always takes on a life of its own. So I'll slop the paint on, and I use the word slop in a literal term because it really is just getting flung onto the canvas, just so I can move it around to get the overall shapes and the lighting forms, and then I start chiseling start sculpting more and more with each step, until the final step would then just be the refining the edges, adding a few more details, and the highlights. There's always a little bit shown through. If you look on this piece here, you see a lot of the preliminary brush strokes. Again, it shows how it's just moved around, really just to get that form, and a lot of it shows through because it also adds a lot of texture to it, because the brush strokes from far away, it's going to add a little depth and a little bit of texture to it, so inevitably it always shows through. I always use symbolism in general with my work. The red umbrella has developed over the years to really encompass two things: security and red for passion. One thing that I always want a viewer to walk away with is that feeling of being in touch with the painting, that they can picture themselves in one of my settings. My paintings, they're very personal paintings, but I think they capture feelings that I think everybody has had at one moment or another. Maybe not instantaneously, but as they're looking at the work or the particular piece, they automatically picture themselves as either the couple or the woman or the man, whatever it might be. I want them to get that feeling of being in the painting.